Good morning. Or whatever it is, wherever you are. I've forgotten exactly where we are in this process. I remember we were trying to work out one of the export processes here. I was trying to take what we were doing to draw a dot file and turn it into something that could dump data into like JSON or something. And I ended up having to correlate things a little bit differently for that. Because with GraphViz, you can just kind of dump stuff into any order and then the engine will end up sorting it out. We actually have to have everything together in one group to do the kind of hierarchical structure that you might expect. Now, I guess the other way to look at it would be that we would do something like GraphViz and just dump a, like, I don't know, like relational database style rows. Yeah, so we'd started doing some JSON-y stuff. Okay, so we set up a god, set up traits. And so the Lua data is basically kind of hierarchical. Well, it is two separate things. It's your basic trait list and then it's all the prerequisite sets. And then we actually separated out duos a little bit. Even though they're actually just in the regular set in the raw data. All right, so we had traits. That is God traits plural. Oh, have I not actually designed this function yet? Yep, there it is. Yep, this is where we're editing. Okay. So we had a thing for the trait. Oh. So the god has the list of their own individual traits. The duo traits only exist by implication, well, at this level of the structure, only exist by implication of their requirements. I mean, the actual definition of it is going to be somewhere else, which might actually be one of the other tables that we've got. Oh, right. Because each of these is going to have a internal symbol name, a title, and an icon. So it's going to be an object. So maybe you actually need to do that. Oh, that's right. We run into the problem of how do we deal with lists of things? Particularly when we've got three groups like this. And I think we determined that there was no built-in Lua function to what we wanted to do. So there's two parts to this. We have a bunch of arrays we need to concat, or T1 plus I. Oh, plus I. Guarantee order of items in the table. I pairs is disorderly, I isn't. Yeah, so I guess we can just write it ourselves, and then we probably might also need to join ourselves. So technically it's a table. We're only treating it as an array. No. I guess technically everything here is. I mean, it doesn't matter. So we're not importing this anywhere. I think we're doing my pairs. Although we still have to deal with indexes for table 1, don't we? And then okay, so table.concat is this thing. So that we do have. So we want traits so this would be essentially doing a map on that? Right, if I had these individually print, which is kind of what we've been doing, then we don't know when to put commas in. So we actually have to go to strings. Well, yeah. Had this really look nice, we're gonna have to do some other work. Probably the individual entries, you need the spaces. So if we just have this do are you the same? You're just trait data. Now what was God trait doing? God color data. Oh, maybe it used to be doing the linkage from the group to this thing. Now this is not going to be a print, it's going to be a string. So you were building up labels. This is actually going to be different things. There's going to be kind of a does it even exist type of thing. Well, I guess it's definitely going to have this, right? And I don't even know what our indentation is going to be. Now, print included the new line. All right, so the original data was like key value. We could either do key value or here's the name of it. You know what else we should probably do is get some helper going here. String trait. Now, we then do have to come back into quote to do things like this. Oh, string trait and actually it is name. Actually, that could have all been one string. I was thinking in data format. Well, I guess label was technically the term for a GraphViz node. Name is just trait name. So this would be how do we get the default? Wait. Oh. I must have been printing this in there at one point. What's trait icon? Ah, doing all the path transformations. Okay. So why did I... Okay, I guess I was... Right, that used to be extending the label. It's like, if there is an icon, which is almost... This kind of comes down to here, doesn't it? Well, we had image none, but we actually want the entry to not exist. And this is back to this, because it didn't really pull it out. Okay, the color was elsewhere. And when we start printing this out, we're going to want to probably put some indentation on there so it looks nice. No, because that'll get determined whether we put a comma there or not. Okay, so this is just the trait itself. Well, prereqs only exists from the other side of things. Maybe that will function as a different table. So you... Actually, are you any different? You didn't have color because you wouldn't belong to a particular god. Which actually... We're not using this anymore, which basically makes it the same as that. Which... right now means you don't have that. That's the traits themselves. Linked upgrades. This kind of translates directly. Now those were in key value format. Whereas this, we kind of switched to not having, well, these were originally just lists of words. Whereas we also had to pull in, which, I mean, I guess we could also do the relational thing of just, here's a bunch of, well, they'd still have to be key value or something. Linked upgrades is almost. We could just do a Lua structure and sort of automatically write it out. I guess you have to figure out whether a table had keys or not, but probably that's possible. I did have a not printed check here, but that might have just been a... Well, that would take care of if it was duplicated under each god. Now, I'm wondering if, like, legendaries... were in that list. Or rather, were in this list. Because I did go to the trouble to print it out here. Which suggests that maybe these were only, like, no prereq things, which actually would be a little bit of a issue because then all that data, I'd actually have to go into here and pull out all the keys. Okay, so we did the color there. Oh, you are name. That means I would actually want to have you in this list. Which means it would actually have to be in this array to get the commas right. And I think they mentioned like a table.insert. We have a reference. The table library. Yeah, so it's not a keyed insert. So that means we actually need an intermediate structure. So this is all of that stuff. The concat is a later operation. Actually, does God traits? I don't need the God either. That was for the color information. Well, there's two loops here. There's one. Not print is a problem. Well, I guess I do have two lists to build up, don't I? Table.insert into traits. Yes, this is where it could get doubled if, because I don't know if I've been doing printed on this thing. That's that table. Join key was just kind of printing some stuff. But we're going to have to turn that into a list. And weight isn't going to matter. That was a thing for our other graph. And maybe we have to reinforce some of the information later. Now, I was trying to conserve nodes before. And I guess to a certain extent, I'm going to have to redo that outside of here. All right, so that's my little join node. I think most of that's going to kind of come down to manual stuff. And that was returning our join key. What do I actually want out of here? We want the one of. Which... I guess it's a transliteration of the table. We're not actually doing any printed processing for these, are we? Maybe I used to be. So we've got traits. Does that even make duos? Well, where do traits go then? Whether do we have information? Yes, we need. Do need the information about the duo traits because that we need the names and icons. Maybe they're just in their own separate group. Also, I haven't been sure quite what temperature it is. It's at that awkward point where sweaters are too warm and not sweaters can be a little chilly. I almost think this would have been easier if I wasn't working from an existing structure here, with assumptions about the fact that we need a join key helper. And do we or do we not need to track printed status? Well, I know there were some double edges before. What do we do? Let's see, a one of is a singular god. Maybe I just need to record this here. And then we just do a table of, well, one group is going to be one ofs, the other is going to be one from each set. Well, isn't there an odd boon that does have... I'm thinking like one of the, let's see, which table is it? It's like one of Hermes? No, the Dionysus. Oh no, this is the... What was it? Loot data. Okay, this is all the text stuff. One of them is Dionysus. That looks like a... What is that? It's a ranged trait. Priority upgrades, weapon upgrades. Other traits, consumables. Okay, that's a Dionysus Poseidon. Yeah, Dionysus combo vulnerability. So I was probably putting this down as a duo effectively because I was doing it was one from each set. But there's actually one from each set within his own stuff. So we can't necessarily count on that to say if it's in God or out of God. So for duo, you actually have to go in and look if it's two different gods. So that means I probably don't want to do anything super special here. In fact, I don't even necessarily need to do all of the linked upgrades. Do they even need to be in any way tied to a god? And the way we're doing this, this is not in any way tied. Let's see, we're using that to assign colors to things. Do you show up? And that is the only mention of that. Do we have any other... Okay, also, those were not listed in the basic traits. So technically, the ones that were here before are like the immediately available offerings. Everything else is some sort of prerequisite, and you can probably work from immediately available offerings to I mean, the one-ofs are probably that god. Probably. The one from each sets you don't know. So that's not necessarily changing that. we just do this as in the file. So they do it as a key value. So we've got I guess with a singular thing in here like this, then the string helper doesn't help that much. Oh, where am I putting? I still have to run these through some kind of trait because I need all my other metadata. And if I'm just returning a string, I don't really have any way to add the one of one from each, unless we just do two separate arrays. Okay, so that's for the voice lines. But it does look like the true duos only appear once. See, I kind of want to treat that like the God trait. I need a way to handle the prereq section. I could either do it twice, or I could leave a place to add extra lines, essentially. Okay, so that's God. Everything is awkward. Let's see, so that's got traits, which just does a basic loop. This has to do per item things. Oh, you know what? This has to know how many entries it has. And in fact, this has to be like first, because we don't know if that's going to last. And if we did do a variable addition in here, I would also have to put that somewhere up front so that it did not end up as the last entry. Okay, so that would actually let us do... Well, we're doing print here again. So there's only one of each set. What do we do with you? Well, I guess to a certain extent we can use our join here at that level. So that becomes a line that's something like... Oh, I must have lost it in working. No, not you. Here. And we'll leave the question... do we have the question of commas out of this? No, extra itself has to be a list. 'Cause, well, no, it's only going to be one of these two. I'm pretty sure we can't do that. Now you have to do an arbitrary number of things. Table.concat set. Now in JavaScript, oh, actually, yeah, in JavaScript land, both of these are arrays. That's an array. That's an array. And that's an array. All right, and this is what, what I was thinking of earlier. Which we could do some helpers here. Now, I guess there's the question of whether it's a multi-line array or not. And that is something we could potentially want to do differently. Oh, and let's see, linked upgrades. Right, and we're saying that extras are, so there's links, is a God trait of toGet with maybe some extra stuff. And then this is kind of the multi-line array thing. Oh, no, these were doing it this format. And then we did not end up doing this separately. Let's see, I guess this is a print. Okay, I'm in source. Now you might be just a one stop. In fact, I could probably, well, the feedback is nice. I could probably have done that as a single command. Oh, slash. Okay, so that might just be formatting. Oh, we actually, all right, we dumped all the image data out. I probably didn't change the command. Which means that we didn't actually run it, which means that we actually do have all these syntax errors. Okay, so we still got some color. Some graph fizz in here. Oh, are we still using join key somewhere? No. Oh. Missed that one. Attempt to call a string value. Oh. Don't know why that resolved to a call. Attempt to index a nil value. Shoot, how do I print that out to see what the heck I'm getting? Well, we think it's somewhere in Zeus, which must just be coming out first right now. Actually, the plural god traits only gets used in one place. Oh, did I not return from here? Oh, this actually concats to A. Oh, and this is only a two-way. We probably can't do variable arguments. I could do a list of lists. In which case I probably would want to do like a table insert. All right, so we have to go arrays, and then for each one, which I don't really care about this, but this is almost like a flatten, actually. Table concat traits. Bad argument number 1 to concat. Table expected got nil. All right, this used to be like doing a print type thing. So you're returning a string. For a single thing. Do we have a table map? Not the thing I was saying. Doesn't look like it. Invalid table index 1. Have I a table at index 1? Oh, maybe the thing I'm passing into it isn't valid? I don't know if I can get something useful from this. Table. That looks like a string to me. Now it's saying wrong number of arguments to insert. Why does this change the error message? And things are coming out in arbitrary order to do secondary trait, do bounce trait. Wrong number of arguments to insert. So one of these must be nil? Oh, now we're back to 30. Is stuff coming out in different orders every time? Yeah, okay, so I could see that being a nil. Why the heck is it a nil? And we should get at least the brackets. Oh, because we didn't return. So now we're back to 30. I think I'm seeing a missing comma at the very least. Oh, did you actually complete? I mean, it's going to look like trash. Yeah, because we're printing all the extra stuff now. And where else were we doing that? Nope, it's an error. We just couldn't see it. So this is 30. So these are the ones we need. Yeah, so it's a table of tables, but what the heck is it? So why are we getting you? So 33 to 124, array rex dot one from each set. Oh, nope, I need to do set here. That might be actually done. Need to work on indentation. And commas. So why is that? Oh, because these didn't get quoted. Oh, I did the array thing, but I didn't map them to a nice type. So there's like array of things, and there's array of strings. There's like array of arrays, and there's array of strings. And we don't have a convenient map. Oh, which we have to map somewhere. Unless I'm doing this in more of a manual iterate and print type of fashion. I mean, array of strings might still be common enough to be useful. But we have to do something silly like this. I guess in this case, it's a 1-for-1. Is it not? Do. All right, so everywhere we do array. Let's see, so rex.oneOf is going to be strings. There's the array of those things, and this is array of strings. Okay, so nothing massively wrong in syntax. Formatting needs a lot of work for readability. Also, traits are just missing. What the heck did we do here? Did we not return from this? Did we not return from this? Um... Okay, we got a table. With 0 entries. So my Raycon cat seems to be borked. Oh, I never changed the format of this. You have to be a list of these things. Wait, Raycon cat. That goes to God traits. Why are you... Goes in the wrong place. Field insert. Well, that presumably is here, right? Okay, 3 entries. That's what we expect. Six, 4, 0. Well, I could believe 0. Not everybody has consumables. I could believe 10. That returns that. God traits. I guess it gets 10. One, Zeus weapon trait. Attempt to call a nil value. That looks like something. Is table dot insert is supposed to be a table value, table pause value. What? Wait, this has got traits. I called it table. All right, now it's just ugly. All right, so this was at 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I guess I might even be able to handle that here. And then you're in it again. Okay, extra space. Hopefully this isn't a problem. It doesn't... It's like it's not highlighted as you might expect, but it doesn't look like a problem. Okay, just a highlighter scope. Okay. That could be done differently. Wait, we're not indicating type here. Yeah, and you're... Oh, right. Extra is actually indented. No, I guess this does get a little complicated because we have to do all this stuff. I guess it would be from here. So actually, we've got array of strings, and we've just got our other array, which I think only ended up getting used in one place. Of course, then if I'm doing the indent on that line, I won't know how much to indent this. Well, it's sort of readable. I guess for a secondary syntax check. Bad escaped character. Oh, it's backslashes. Actually, I think these were like double backslashes in the source, weren't they? Oh, yep, and there we go. No, that's the other kind of sub. Reverse. Wait, is it? Returns the substring. Turns a prefix. Yeah, but then they have G sub. And I see you. Well, that is a literal. Or actually, I forget which is which. So the string, the pattern, and an optional count. Okay, so that's still a backslash. Yeah, unfinished string. Maybe I have to do this? No, we still have backslashes in our icon. Oh, this does an immediate return. This is the oopsie follow-up. Which is unfortunate. And then this one we can just fix. Now, I guess we could say all strings should be escaped or something like that. I think this is only going to be in the paths. $134. Oh, okay. Commas between gods. So we can't just print anymore. Does anything besides that top part print? Well, we've got our first bracket there. No, so it will really just be this top level function. So I've already got God. I guess we're going to have gods. Yeah. And I'm all the good names. Is that macroable? And then we print. Wait, are you an array or? Yeah, you're an object. Ooh. Oh, right, we did not, And did I put this in the right place? No, let's throw that. Oh no, this is the linked upgrades. Oh, the print implied the new line before. Okay, so... Well, it's syntactically correct, at least. Oh, I guess a couple of these... This print kind of added an extra one. That kind of added an extra one. Wait. Yeah, that's an icon, not a... What do we do here? Display name. I know some of these were right. No, names are completely borked. I know this was right in my diagrams. This is going to be God trait. Name. Icon, trait icon. Trait name. Name equals trait. It's not even that. What the heck? Oh. Well, aren't you special? Okay. So that might be it. And we should have been using these a lot more. Default global scope. Okay, that's generally looking a little bit better. Yeah, Chris, now that I've verified this is something I can read in most, well, there's that too. Probably in most formats. I'm not quite sure where to go next. I kind of wanted to maybe draw some stuff in Lua that might not be the easiest environment, like maybe D3 would be appropriate for that. I don't know. Like a fisheye distortion might be an appropriate thing. Oh, this is changing links over time, I guess. Scatterplot tour. Oh. Okay. Eventually, we might want something kind of like that. And something kind of like that. Except it's not going to be automated packing. Well, I mean, some of this stuff's been testing my patience too. I almost wonder if I should have just written a general JSON thing. What the heck is this data? Titanic. Oh, okay. This is breaking it down by different sets. Okay. I mean, some of these could have been nice. Tangled tree. Oh, hey, look. It's the Olympian gods. Oh, I don't know where Nyx is in this. So these must be the Titans. There's Demeter. Huh, I wonder why some of these are in this generation. Megara. Huh. It puts her in the same level as Ares and such, according to this. Hmm. Parent node appears in multiple families. Yeah, maybe a circular version of that would be somewhat appropriate. Phylogenetic, okay. Oh. Yeah, there was some sort of zooming that went on at the start there. force directed graph, disjoint force directed. Hierarchical edge bundling. I think the chord diagram is for like movements between different areas. I don't think things have self-dependencies. So some interesting ideas. I think we definitely have to do a lot of customization. So the chord diagrams were the closest thing to the arcs. If I was doing the arcs outside, it maybe, let's see, how much is that is custom and how much is that just like D3 chord map or something? Yeah. There's the text. Oh, weird. It's got the chart equals, data equals. So it's like taking each expression and printing out what it results to. I guess the chart, it doesn't. That's the top level thing. Flare.json. His dot operator there. That's, I don't know what that is. Oh no, though these are those things. That didn't have the chord data. Is this like connection pairs? With like the degree of connection? That's just a function. What is chart? svg.node. Data chords. Chord on matrix. Are those ribbons? Okay, directed chord diagram. guess what I really need is more. More of a force-directed graph? It was interesting that this has a bias towards archy. Oh, I wonder if it has to do with direction, so that way you can see both directions. So figure out some sort of like winding. So we've got force. There might be a way to like lock down things or get specific about. Or say this node doesn't move and this node does. I almost need to have some more like library level stuff. I guess that's just a chord layout. And the ribbons must be the things between it. Would that be a force? Force-directed graph. Oh, I think I might be tending towards more manual layout, so I'm not sure that would be directly useful. I would just... what would this have? Well, if I could force the ribbons outside, I could get what I want. Maybe. There's no examples of that. Square matrix of n. I mean, it's not even. Yeah, I mean, it's a fully stuffed thing. I mean, I guess you could say it's like one for each. Well, no, because it's not going to be God to God. It's going to be. You almost have to say that, this set of abilities, and it doesn't even map that way. It's just like this is just like percentage. So I would need to be a not force-directed network. In this case, it's not really about data anymore, is it? Was there something else that looked interesting? There's an aspect of it that's like circle packing, but it's more, I guess it's more the zooming might be a nice thing. And was there a... It was a zoomable scatter plot. Scatter plot tour. Also, if we just use a library, that would be wouldn't be something we could port to Lua if we wanted to. Of course, if we do too much with Elm, then that's the same problem. So we're going to do a lot of lines and things. It might be SVG. So this is a very literal translation. That's only for line charts. I don't think that's going to be able to do what we want. No, there was a charts package. Okay, so Elm charts is examples folder. Coordinates tiles. Heat maps of chloroplasts. Okay, so specifically bar chart. Now this is just some tools you would use. This is more data focused. You really would have to go to the source. Bars, heat meta, histogram points. These are going to be pretty standard things. Okay, so these are the, actually a plane is is the coordinate system. List point, list point, list point. Okay, so you've got a helper for that. We've got, okay, so it's an SVG, and these are just helpers to return axes and ticks and labels and like the line in the chart. Tree diagram. Man, I don't think there's a chart. Charts alpha. Chart components. Intervals. Line charts. Line bar. Line charts. Burn down charts. Not sure what a radar chart is. Charts and spark lines. Line charts. Bar and pie charts. Flow charts. Pie chart. Basic line charts. Okay, that's the radar chart. It's an example of how to set it up and not what it creates. Still, it's like state diagrams. And that's more line charts. There's SVG and there's canvas. I don't know if we'd be able to put the zooming thing around SVG. All right, so what we've got right now, this thing is kind of a mess. Do I want to even turn this directory into something we can use? And it's going to be the tools that we use for it. Oh, yeah, we used the actual library. So probably a couple of the scripts need to get rearranged, like an output directory or something. So that was just kind of me working on stuff. Yep. Actually, this is going to be kind of like that. Yep. Actually, is there... No, that's a new window. That was more manual. Yeah, it was sketch. So there's a couple of things where we can, well, those are things we use directly. Right, because we moved it. Oop. All right, the dot. Ooh. Does that put it in the same spot or the same directory? I don't even know if I had... stuff for text. Okay, so that's all there. That's all there. So definitely ignore that. Probably output. In theory, that's all reproducible from other stuff. So work with something I created. This proc stuff just might be handy for getting at things. Oh, probably not PyCache, huh? Is that... All right, so we've got a record of that. Oh. I guess I just already made it. All right, so we think we're probably going to need SVG. At least for the early versions. We're going... We're going to need that. Try loading some stuff. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use the SVG zoom on our results. Maybe if I did Elm as a element. But it also depends on how they attach to it. And I just put the SVG pan zoom directly in here so that we had a single file thing. Query selector, SVG pan zoom. Kind of hard to tell how big that actually is with the way that does line wrapping. Something I want to think about. So that's 30 kilobytes. I guess that was most of the HTML file too. Now this wrapper feels like it was sort of derived from this. From my Elm stuff anyway. Now, why would I need... I guess I don't need any ports stuff until I start trying to mess with this. All right, let's see. I guess the closest thing I would have to this would be schedule from videos. You do have your own index, and oh, that was for centering, which I might need. At this point, I just kind of assume I'm going to need an index. Wait, you were Canvas? Oh, I had to use Canvas to do the measure text. Now, I guess I'm not actually necessarily using the icons yet, but it's a common thing to have. This is really more of a, yeah, I can always grab that if and when I do. That's kind of a we might need it thing. If and when we do icons. Ah, yes, the Twitch config page. So this has a bunch of extra stuff. Okay. All right, so you've got a whole bunch of stuff, some of which is in a submodule. You've got a view and a config view. I don't know if it's actually useful to start from something here. So there's all our data fetching. Well, window size and text size we might need. I don't know that I'm going to need that yet. Really? I guess I could almost just copy the file at this point. All right, we don't have that. We don't have custom decoders yet, but we probably will. We don't have that, but we might. We don't have that as a custom thing. We don't have any. Don't have any custom types. We're gonna probably need at least browser. And actually that kind of if it's an app, that implies events and navigation, I think. Why do we need HTML? we don't. I'm not doing any URL parsing right now. I might do some HTTP requests, but I'm not sure. I don't think this is terribly time dependent. I don't remember what task was for. So navigate. I don't think I need current zone. I don't know if I care about the current time. That's a maybe, that's a maybe. Well, maybe window size we need. All right, I necessarily need location. I guess I don't have to store the navigation key if I'm not using it. I'm not sure if I need the URL. That's all the sizing stuff. View.document, navigate current URL. Navigation key is going to go unused for now. Those are things we might need. Okay, so we're not fetching time. This is once again a maybe. That's our, well, I guess I can always go back to their app for this. Now those are specific strings, which actually we're going to kind of have to wait on this anyway, because I'm going to have to load up some data. Now, it's almost inevitable that these types of apps are going to end up with a command batch here anyway for startup stuff. And then these are things we think we might need. That was extension-specific stuff. Oh, we only had one UI event, huh? Yeah. I guess so. All right, time.every. We don't need a time tick. That's a maybe. An empty batch is probably be understood fine, right? And there's all the fetches, which, I mean, we might end up fetching something, I guess. I probably need to go in and add package to my exclusions. All right. So the view messages, we don't have modes, we don't really have data. We don't have that. HTML, I don't know if I have any cause to do LMUI here. It would only end up being if I wanted to bring up like a, maybe I want to do like a search interface or something. Why did we have JSON decode? Oh, for attribute things. Is color a package? Oh. Because you had themes. I'm just not going to deal with that yet. Oh, that's right. That was remote data type. This had inline CSS, which it wouldn't even have CSS. Huh. Some of this might be appropriate for diagram type things. And this is for database stuff to appear slower. Which, maybe we want to do that. And then all of my colors are in that. So what's top? Is that the SVG? Oh, there's the view model. Okay. Model.theme. There's the CSS. I guess that's... Why did I have to do the override there? Okay, so that's... Okay, there was some UI there. And this is if we have actual data. And then this all gets into, well, actually schedule graph had most of the SVG stuff. This might be some stuff we need. Of course, this also accounts on height and width stuff. They're not going to have an actual app there yet. That went away, which means our immediate need for decode probably went away. Ah, yes. This might be a good first one because it's just going to be something that's kind of there. Is it not command not done? Oh, because you lost your arrow. Ooh, yeah, something's real unhappy here. Oh, it's probably just the CSS thing. Oh, you had a mode. Okay, so we are basically going to be in page. That was... okay. Oh, this was a per item thing. Okay. We're just going to make this a little bit weird, actually. Where even... no? Yes? No? All right, navigation.key comes from there. Oh, we left out URL, but then we left URL in there. We use this location, and we'll use it to record it there. We don't really need that yet. Ah. It's like, it might be useful to link to specific things. Okay, no, it's not actually going to display anything yet. No, not you. Huh. I wonder why I had that explicit body color in there. Where are you getting white from? Oh, just because the page is not full size. Which is probably something we deleted. All right, there's some things to do yet, but it might be getting to be about lunchtime. Oh, no. Monitor elm.json. Oh, no, not the compiled file. Oh, and then SVG pan zoom is there. That's something we could also extract at a later time. So we have UI, we have load data. We need to, what's that? This UI will solve some of our CSS stuff, although I don't know if it's going to be as easy to manipulate for diagram style stuff. But I guess we use it for the map, so it should be probably fine. We need to do like a full page view type thing for our main body. And we have to do all of the math to place things around nicely. And I'm not sure if we preserved order in our data dump. So I might have to might have to embed the order around the ring somewhere. And then of course we have to figure out data for individual placements. I don't know if there's would be a way to make a tool for that. Either have it in-app, or if there's something that would be a good way to like place things nicely aligned and then get coordinates out. Like maybe Inkscape could do that. Well, I have to have a way to read SVGs. Which would probably be something else. Oh, we also have to figure out how we access the boon icons. I need to set that up so I have a path for it, but I don't necessarily commit them. Might be a little bit weird. So we just have a process to put them somewhere accessible, to get them locally, but not to repo them. Of course, that might be a little bit down the path here. We need to actually get some graph layout going. Might be easiest to do duos because they're going to be a very structured format that could just be kind of math out. But that's it for now. What do we got going on? So I'm using, oh, I have to check what's going on with the credits there. That might just be an expired token. Looks like Kenji Coder's doing something with buttons. Not quite sure. But he's usually got some interesting conversation going on. One place cool to hang out. Kenji Coder's doing something pretty low with most of the things. But that's someplace cool to hang out. Thanks for hanging out with me. Goodbye and until next time.